Uh, so we are going to design a graph for representing the Facebook social website friend relationship. Okay. So the friend relationship is a mutual relationship. That means if A is friend of B, that means B is friend of A. Okay. So this is undirected graph. We will be designing a graph which is undirected. Okay. And we have to model it as a graph to represent each node as a user and a link to represent the friend relationship between them. Store data such as date of birth, number of comments for every user. So we will be storing for every user his name, date of birth, and the number of comments, number of likes, like this. So every node will be having, or every vertex will be having these properties. Okay, and we have to first design the adjacency list for the users. Okay, so we will be creating the adjacency list representation for storing this particular graph, and after that representation is properly done, then we will be using that graph for finding who is having maximum friends. That means we will check the information of every user, and we will count how many friends are there for every user. Okay, and second part is, on this particular graph we have to find who has post maximum and minimum comments using DFS. So we will be following DFS algorithm using Q and visiting every node, and we will be checking who is having maximum and minimum comments. Okay, then again we will be finding users having birthday in this month. So current month we will check, and we will try to match the month of the birthday, okay, by traversing every node using DFS. So we have seen the recursive algorithm for DFS, as well as we have seen using stack how DFS is performed. Okay, so this BFS DFS part will be done in the next session. Before that, in this part, we have to, in today's session, we will be creating the adjacency list, and we will be having implementing this first function on that adjacency list. Is the idea clear? What we have to do? So this application, we are going to solve this particular application of graph uh, for social media connections. Okay, friends connections. So before going ahead, we will go through the adjacency list representation example, and we'll try to refer that example while creating the adjacency list. Okay. So we will be considering, we will be creating the representation like this. Okay. We will be creating the representation like this for, suppose this is the graph for 4 users. Okay, these are the 4 users, and there are 6 edges. That means in this graph we can see that every user is friend of every other user, but this might not be the case. Might be this edge is not there, 2 and 3 are not friends. Okay, so in that case I have to remove this last node from here. Okay, suppose this is node 3, and also from node 3 I have to remove node 2 details. Okay, so like this we can have. Is it clear what we are doing? suppose this is our graph and we have to represent it using adjacency list representation. Now, in this case, first of all, what is adjacency list? It is array of headers of linked lists. So these are the 4 linked lists. Every linked list, it is representing the friends, relationship of friends of that particular user. So for user 0, who are the friends? They are listed here. For user 1, who are the friends? Like that. Okay. So first, initially, when we are declaring the graph, that graph should be having array of nodes. Okay. So first we will declare the node structure, and every node will be having all these properties which we discussed. His name, then date of birth, and number of likes, number of comments, etc. So individual properties of that. And so for every user, I will be adding his details. That means I will be creating the header. Okay. And that header will be inserted in the array. Okay. So I will be initializing only header initially. And then that means user information will be inserted here. And then one by one, I will take the relationship. That means for 0, who are the friends of 0? 0, 1. This is one age in the graph. Okay, so 0, 1, that means 1 will be inserted here. Once information we are already having, so we will copy his information here in this node. Okay, so I will copy the information of 1 here in this particular node, and I will insert it in the list of 0. Similarly, in the list of 1, I will insert the information of 0. This node, 0 node will be inserted at the end of the list of 1. Okay. Then 0 2 relationship, suppose I have to add. So in the list of 0, I have to add node 2. And similarly, in node 2, 0 details of 0 node will be added. So we are going to use the similar function like insert end in the single linked list. Okay, we are going to insert the node, insert end in the linked list. Okay, so all these edges we will be adding in the our adjacency list in this way. Okay, we will be modifying the linked lists. Is it clear? So finally our this complete adjacency list will get created. Okay, we will follow the similar steps in our program also for this. So if this adjacency list structure is clear, we can go to the program and try to implement the same. Okay, so this is a program where initially class node is written. This class node is nothing but user information. Okay, so we are going to assign index to every user like 0, 1, 2, 3, what we have seen now. Okay, so this index is one of the feature, and name index is nothing but the ID. Then name, month, day, year for birth, birth date, and number of comments, number of likes, number of friends. These are various uh, properties which I have added for every user. And pointer next, as this will be the linked list node, that's why there will be a pointer similar to our linked list. Okay, and there will be two constructors. I have written two constructors. No, the uh, parameterized constructor is there and default constructor is there. In default constructor, I am initializing all these properties to 0 and next to null. And in the parameterized constructor, I'm initializing all these details. Okay, I'm adding all these properties. So the variables with these properties are there, and I'm copying simply to our class variables. Okay. Then we'll go to the graph after the node single node class is created, I will declare the graph. In the graph, this is our graph declaration. Node pointer g of 20. So this is telling that it is adjacency list representation. Okay. So maximum I can have 20 linked lists. Okay. So this node pointer is nothing but we are declaring the header. Okay. It is headers array. Array of headers, and every uh, linked list will have multiple relationships. Okay. So G of 20 means I can store 20 such linked lists in this particular array. Okay. Is this declaration clear? Then don't think about other variables. Only this is sufficient. Node pointer G of 20. This is our graph which we have declared. And its constructor, read graph function. These are the important functions. In the constructor, we have initialized, we have asked the user how many users are there. Okay, how many Facebook users are there in your graph, and for every user we have initialized the g of I to null, that is header is initialized to null, every header is initialized to null. Okay, and this particular variable friend array, it is taken in order to store, this is related to this. So how many elements are there, how many relationships are added in that particular linked list, that count is stored in this array. Okay, so if there are 5 friends for node 0, then friend of 0 will be equal to 5, like that. So initially, friend for every node is 0. Okay, friend for every node is 0. That's why it is 0 initially. And this visited is not required here. It will be required in our BFS DFS. Okay, visited array. We have seen that it is required in BFS DFS. No need to declare it here at this moment. Okay, so constructor where we have initialized every linked list to null. Then we will go to read graph function. This read graph, where we will be taking for every user, we will be taking his details. For every user, we will be asking his details, his name, date of birth, etc. All these details, and we are assigning index equal to I. That means if the user is 0, with the user we are entering this information first time, then that will be index equal to I. Okay, so you can also say index is equal to I plus 1 if you want to start with 1. Okay, this we are assigning by our own to every user. This will be behaving like an ID for that user. Okay, and after declaring all these properties, after taking all these properties from user, we are calling that parameterized constructor, so that our node will be created. Node pointer new node, nn is equal to new node. Okay, we are creating a node where we have added all these properties, and we will be inserting that node into our graph at ith position. Okay, so g of I equal to nn. So at this moment, I'll discuss both simultaneously. Okay, for this particular example, at this moment, when we have created this g of I equal to nn, that means these blue color headers, they will be initialized with this. Okay, these will be initialized. Are you getting? This is the step 1 where we have initialized for all the users, the headers will be initialized of the respective linked lists. And now we will think about adding edges. That means we have just added these vertices, details of the vertices in our graph. And still we have to add the edges. And for every edge now, we will take the source and destination. Okay. and we will add it at two positions. This particular age 01 is to be added in the list of 0. This should be added, uh, the copy of 1 will be created and that should be added at the end. Similarly, in the list of 1, copy of 0 will be created because we already have the data of 0. So its copy will be created and that will be added in the list of 1. Okay. So here in this connect function, we are thinking about adding edges. Okay. Initially, we have only added vertices. By this, we have only added vertices in our graph. And for adding edges, this connect function is there, which is called here. You can have here only, instead of having another connect function, you can uh, add those instructions here as well. No problem. So in connect function, what we are taking for every edge, we are taking source and destination. Okay. The number of edges are to be entered, which are in our case, there are now 5 edges. Okay. And for every edge, and this particular every edge is to be inserted in the source to destination as well as destination to source, as this is undirected graph. Okay, that's why symmetric graph should be created. Every edge is reflected twice. That's why insert is called twice. And in this insert function, we are uh, doing actual insertion of every edge. Okay, so here in insert function, what we are doing, suppose we have to insert edge from I to j, ith and jth node. Then, so here we are accessing the node number. Okay, so suppose 0, 1 edge we have to add. So I is 0 and j is 1. Now, there are two nodes, node pointer p and node pointer q. P is nothing but g of, I'll say here I, and this will be g of g. Okay, so this is the node for source list. Okay, p is equal to g of I. So this is our p. If we have to insert the age 0 to 1, this is our p. And q is new node pointer g of j. So this is nothing but the copy constructor. Okay, where we are creating copy of jth node. Okay, suppose we have to insert age from 0 to 1. That means copy of this node 1 will be created where we have already taken the data of that particular user name, date of birth, etc. The copy of that will be created and that will be inserted into the list of 0. Okay, that means in the list of P, we are inserting Q. Q is to be inserted at the end of the list of P. Okay, so Q is the node which is to be inserted in the list of P. P is J of I. And Q next is null, while, so this is insert end. As we all know, insert end at the end of the singly linked list. So P next is not equal to null till that time P equal to P next. So this will take us to the last node of the linked list. Then P next is Q and friend of J plus plus. Okay, so we are counting that number of friends immediately. We are incrementing the count of number of friends. As soon as we add, here it should be friend of I, because we are adding in the list of I, we are adding J. Okay, so we are incrementing the friend count of that I. Is it clear what we have done? This is addition of single age into the graph. Add age from I to j in the graph. I to j age is added into the graph. Okay, so ith linked list is accessed, and in that ith linked list at the end, that's why this loop will take us at the end of ith linked list. At the end, we are inserting this node q, which is copy of jth node. p next equal to q is done, and we are incrementing the count of friends. And this insert is called twice because two times that age should be reflected, I to j and j to I. Okay, is it clear now? So with this, our graph will be ready. Our adjacency list representation will be ready. In the memory, our graph will be ready. And we can use this for doing other functions. And in print graph, we are displaying all these details of user 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so if you see here, we are not displaying all these relations. Here, p name. Here again, we are accessing every node p, and we are displaying the details of that node p. P month, P year, etc. So for that first node or header node, we are displaying all these details. Okay, and we are also displaying friend of I. That means how many friends that particular P node is having, that we are displaying this friends count. Is it clear? Read graph and print. Can you do this? And the first function is finding who is having maximum friends. So we will, whatever array, that friends array we have generated, when we are adding the age, we have generated, modified that friends array, which was initially 0. Okay, and as we go on inserting one by one age into it, we will be incrementing respective count. Okay, and just we have to find maximum of that friends array, in that friends array which is maximum value. Okay, and we can display that particular name of that particular element who is having maximum. Is it clear? The first part is clear, creation of adjacency list and displaying it. Rohit is having doubt, ma'am, but we are just copying the friend's information. If later on the data of friend node is changed, it won't reflect in the adjacency list. Yes, actually, Rohit, in the friends, that particular relation, we are only interested mostly in the name. Okay, and other properties like number of comments, number of likes, they will be accessed. If we need that for that particular friend, we can go to that particular friend header, okay, and check there all the other properties. But that, even if you add that index, it is fine. Okay, instead of, but it is a linked list, so every node will have same structure. Okay, and we can have the thing like after a few iterations, or after few uh, we can say after a specific time period, we can modify all these things, we can reflect the changes again. Okay, so that id will remain unchanged every time. Whatever other details, they can be modified. Okay, and when the modification will be done, it will not be only done at the header. Suppose I am going to modify the information of that user too. Okay, suppose his name is getting changed or like that, so might be, or his designation is changed, etc. Then I will search where 2 is present in whose list he is present. Okay, and I have to reflect those changes there everywhere wherever 2 is present. Okay, but generally what happens is, uh, see, you have not yet started learning that database management concept. In that, you will find that only this id is sufficient for relationship. Okay, no need of reflecting all the other information again there. That id will be sufficient to tell, okay, who is the friend. And if we need more information, we can go to that particular ID and access his complete information there. Okay, but here we will not go into that detail of database management. Okay, yes, a relational database. It is a relational database. Based on the key, we can uh, move through the different tables. Okay, so we will not go into that detail. We will implement it simply because we have to learn how adjacency list is getting created. Okay, how adjacency list representation it is used for representing the graph, and this is a real-time graph which we are representing using adjacency list, and we are going to do certain functionality on this graph. Simple algorithms we are going to implement. Okay. So this is the single assignment where we are going to use the adjacency list representation. For remaining 3 assignments, we will be using adjacency matrix representation. Okay. So what you will do, you will first create the class node, go sequentially. Okay. Starting from class node, and then uh, write its constructors, default constructor and parameterized constructor. Then the second step is create the graph. That means declare this. This is the graph declaration. Node pointer g of 20. And then write read graph function. In the constructor, we have taken number of users. For every user, we have declared every linked list as null. So g of I is nothing but linked list header. And every linked list header it will be initialized to null. Okay. And in the read graph function, we are taking the data about that user. That means only header we will be representing. Okay, we will be creating this header only initially, and then after this header is added into the list, so g of I equal to nn, that means this header will be created properly. After the headers are added, then think about the list. Headers are added means vertices are added, and then think about adding the age. For adding age, we have to modify every linked list. So we will take that for every age, for every n ages, we have taken source and destination. And we are inserting the age from source to destination as well as destination to source because it is undirected graph. So symmetric graph should be created. Okay, and this insert function it is adding the age, single age into the graph. Okay, in the pth node, pth list, we are adding this node q, which is copy of this destination vertex. Okay, g of j will be taken to create node q, and that q node will be inserted in the list of p. Okay, p is g of I and q is g of j, copy of g of j, and we are inserting in the list of p the node q. Okay, are you getting? And then display that graph and find maximum friends, who is having maximum friends, by just accessing that friends array which we have created simultaneously. Okay, when we have added ages, we have also modified the friends array. Okay, so find who is having maximum from that friends array, and after this in the next turn we can see how BFS DFS will be used for this. Okay, I will execute the program. Is this screen visible? Executable screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll enter the same graph which we have discussed here. Enter the number of users. 4 users are there. enter the data, name, name of user, host user is ABC, his date of birth, number of likes, number of comments, enter the name, PQR, date of birth, enter the number of likes, number of comments, then next user XYZ is date of birth, number of likes, number of comments, user is date of birth, number of likes, number of comments. And then it is asking me for number of ages. So there are 5 ages. For every age, enter the source and destination index. So I will say 0, 1, then 0 to 2. Okay, I'll execute it afterwards and we can discuss in the next practical. Okay, like this you have to enter all the ages and it should display the details about every user properly and count for number of friends that we have displayed. Okay, so you start working on this assignment immediately before the next turn. I want that your adjacency list should be ready and this first function, which is counting number of friends, that should be ready, working properly. Any doubt?